Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Getting Out of Bed with Micah, where I take you along with me on my journey as I grow in discipline through getting up early and starting my day off in a productive, successful way. So today it is Friday, the end of the week, and it is days like today that I really wish that I could just lie to you, because I got up at like 7 today, and so totally failed, and kind of frustrating. But it is what it is. But yeah. So what I did find kind of amusing in my thought process as I was snoozing continuously, because it's such like a weird because I set my phone on the other side of the room, so I have to get out of bed to go snooze it. And I get up and I get out of bed and I go snooze it, and then I'm sitting there. I'm like, Micah, you can't, you gotta get up. Get up, Micah, get up. This is stupid. But I just kind of autopilot back to my bed, and I just continuously do that and all of that. But anyway, what I found amusing is that I felt like I was in this I need to rest up for the weekend thing, which I feel like is so backwards. I feel like normally you're the weekend is the time to sleep, and the week is when you it's oh, I gotta rest up for the week. But that was not the case in my head this morning, which I just found amusing. But anyway, yeah, so totally failed today. Kind of rough, but is what it is. Yeah, it's frustrating. But can't let it get to me. Can't hold on to it, because when you hold on to your mistakes, you repeat them. So just gotta focus on success, keep moving forward, keep doing better. So yeah. But anyway, what really jumped out at me in my Bible reading today, reading in Matthew chapter 14, there's a couple of things that really stood out to me here. First, we see so in the beginning, talking about Herod beheads John the Baptist and all of that, kind of trifling way how all that played out, because Herod's sleeping with his brother's wife, and John kept telling him that was a bad idea, that's not okay, and he didn't like it, and the woman didn't like it, but Herod didn't want to kill John. Well, he wanted to kill John, but he didn't want to kill John because he was afraid of the people, because everybody loved John. So this is how this plays out, and I really wasn't going to go into this, but it's just crazy how jacked up humanity can be. But anyway, so Herod's daughter comes and dances for him, and at this party, and he's like, this is amazing, this was so great, I will give you absolutely anything you ask, up to half of my kingdom, anything at all. And so she's like, I don't know what to ask, I'll go ask my mother, which is John, which is this woman, anyway, I'll go ask my mother. So she goes ask her mother, and her mother says, go tell him to give you the head of John the Baptist on a platter. I'm like, bro, this is your kid, and you're gonna tell him to ask for that anyway. Trifling people, man. But we be like that sometimes. Humanity, it's a crazy thing. Anyway. What really jumped out at me, though, this wasn't the point, is after this, Jesus finds out that John has been killed, and not only is John Jesus' earthly cousin, but this is the guy, he went ahead of Jesus, prepared the way, they've got this thing, and so Jesus was super sad, and so he withdrew to a place by himself, and everybody found out, and so when he gets to the place by himself, there's a whole crowd of people there, just kind of looking at him what you gonna do? Wanting him to tell him something or heal him something or whatever, and this is something that just speaks so much of Jesus' heart to me, because when he sees them, the natural reaction, the understandable reaction, is to be like, y'all, I'm sad, someone just died, I need a minute, leave me alone, give me a minute, I'm grieving here. But he doesn't do that. He has compassion on them, and he teaches them. And not only does he teach them, he feeds them miraculously. So he goes to all this trouble, just to meet their need, even when he's in a place of sadness and grieving. And this is something that is so, like, I feel like this is such a high standard to in the time where you like completely don't feel like it, like life is a mess, things are going wrong, like you're just not feeling it, and then people come asking, they need stuff, and to be able to set aside all of your problems and all of your pain in that moment and be there for them and support them and help them and bring them their need, is so intense. Because, like, I'm just saying, there's times where I'm like, people, leave me alone. you know like, I don't want to mess with people, I don't want to meet people's needs, I don't want to do anything, I just want to be like, in my space, unhappy, or a mess or whatever. And so to see Jesus do this is just super challenging to me. But honestly, you find a lot of fulfillment in that, even when you're in your place of, like, sadness or grieving or pain or whatever's going on. There's a lot of fulfillment in stepping outside of yourself and meeting the need anyway. The other thing that I really liked here, real quick, was this is also where Jesus sends out the disciples on the boats, like on the boat to go across the water, and he goes off by himself after this, finally getting his time to himself. And then the disciples are out there, and Jesus comes walking on the water, and Peter's like, if it's really you, tell me to come out to you. And so he's like, all right, come on. And so Peter steps out of the boat on the water, and then he ends up sinking. But, I find that sometimes we want to focus on the fact that he sank. But honestly, what I want to focus on in my life as a whole is the fact that he got out of the boat, for one. And two, that when he began to sink, he cried out and he was like, Jesus, save me. And immediately Jesus reached out and saved him. And honestly, I want so much to model my life after this, because I want to always be willing to jump out of the boat. And what brings me the security to do that is knowing that when I jump out of the boat, even if I miss it or mess up or begin to sink, I know that Jesus will reach out and grab hold of me. Even in the moments where, I jumped out on what I believe God was leading me to do, and it turned out to be maybe not quite that, or, I jump out and, I'm full of faith and everything, and then I just don't keep that build up, and I begin to sink, and lose faith and everything. I know that even in those moments of my weakness, that Jesus will reach out and grab hold of me as I jump out, So really thought that was cool, kind of inspired me to live, the life that I feel like I'm called to live. But anyway, really enjoyed all that. So yeah, that'll be it then for today's Getting Out of Bed with Micah. Thank you so much for watching. Truly means the world to me. And always remember that you are important, that you are valuable, that you matter, that Jesus loves you, and so do I. And I'll see you next time. Toodaloo. Bye.